Well, what's
Ooh.
happening? What's up, family?
Yes. Hey, y'all. Let me
How
put
y'all
my phone on
feeling?
silent. Look, with this, we got to put it on silent. We got to put it in focus mode.
Oh
Oop,
yeah, true,
my
true
Mac
that.
already went to sleep mode.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
DJ James, Special 77. What's happening, family?
Fiki, fiki.
What's
All
good?
right.
Scorpios, we representing. We coming up. We coming up soon. I
Not
hope you are excited
Scorpios.
because I'm excited. I don't have plans. I have a concept of a plan. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
If you
different.
get it, you get it. You know what I'm talking about?
That's different. I'm gonna back out one quick second. I gotta refresh because I can't even see the comments that I put up. So
Okay.
hold it down. I'll be right back.
So DJ James, special. Everybody watching, have you guys been taking care of yourself? Because you know I ended it last week by asking you to take care of yourself. So I hope you've been doing it. Bree, how we looking? Can you see what we got going on?
Now, yes, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Oh
Yeah.
man. So, DJ said he's going to the camp. What I missed that fast? You going back to the camp? The new camp?
Am I going back? I'm
Oh,
ready
I
to
thought
go
that's what
back. I
DJ.
ain't gonna lie.
I,
Prices went up. No, I think prices went down today for the
yeah.
rest of the season.
Oh boy, he said get in where you fit in. In that
Get in
case,
when you fit in. Listen, if I could
yes.
walk outside right now, Bucky naked, I would. I totally would. Go for a little
You
walk. That's
know,
the only place I could do it.
if it wasn't illegal, I think I don't know. Do you think a lot of people would be doing that if it wasn't illegal? Like going outside nude?
I think so. I think that it would lead to a lot more. It would be a lot more liberating to a lot more people. I think if there's only a few people naked, then they stand out. But if everyone's naked, then it's not really a big deal. So the more we get used to
Mm.
nakedness, the more likely we'll partake in it. I think
Okay. How many elderly women was trying to tap that? He's so
none
dumb.
of them. They were all really nice. They are pretty much was. They are pretty much asked me how I was doing and how I was enjoying my day so far. It was really really simple. If they were
Yes.
trying to flirt with me, I had no idea.
It went completely over your head. You're like, I'm just trying
Completely
to
over my head.
adjust. Hey,
Laura, what's
Laura.
up? How you doing?
Welcome. So before we get into today's topic, we got some side conversations that we want to have with you all. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know what we're talking about today because I'm pretty sure. Have you ever let's just think about it. Have you ever saw two people, right? And they can both look at the same photo of themselves and feel completely different. So if for let's say Dame had a workout picture of himself, I had a workout picture of myself. I showed Dame my picture and he's like, "Oh, you look great, Bria." And I see Dame's picture and I'm like, "You look great." But yet when we look at our own pictures, it's like, I'm not really seeing that. Well, today, of course, on the Don't Judge Me But podcast, we are going to be talking about how body image issues affect us all in our own unique way. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, become interactive with us because that's what we do, and hold on to your seats because this pre-conversation is definitely going to be it. Let's go ahead and get started.
On the Don't Judge Me But podcast are the personal opinions of the host and do not reflect the opinions of its employers, sponsors, advertisers, endorsers, or any third party. The information provided on the podcast is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as professional medical or legal advice. It is advisable to consult with a qualified professional for any medical or legal concerns. In other words, have fun, people.
God is good enough for them ducks. Is good enough for the shit.
But then when you're in your phone, you're like this. smiling and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what
Let me
you
hold
got
that.
going on?
Let me hold that.
Or even just wanting access to your partner's phone. Like, why? Why do you want access?
You know why you want access.
You want to be
You wanna-
heartbroken.
You want to go through them DMs and see who they talking to. That's why.
You know what? If my girl was a toe sucker, or if she wanted me to do it, I probably would, but there would be strict protocols before that toe went in my mouth. I mean, I would probably have to like carry her to the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Because once the foot hit the floor, it's
Yeah,
all over.
it's dirty.
And we are back. You guys have gotten it locked in on the Don't Judge Me But podcast. I am your girl, Sabrina. And of course, rocking with me, the one and only.
Is at Reppin' CT, aka
Reppin'
Dame Herb. It's
CT.
good to be back with y'all. It's cracking.
Yes, James is out today. He is out there enjoying life. So, of course, we want that for our brother. Now, before we get into today's topic, which is how does body image issues affect us differently? We had some side conversations that we were having behind the stage that we wanted to share with you and see what you guys thought about it. So, Dane, what is the first topic?
Dame Dash's tooth is our first topic. Okay. Dame Dash's tooth is exactly how it used to be with Rockefeller. He used to be with a team of people when they were getting stuff done. But now, when you log on to social media, all you see is Dame Dash and his one tooth. And I feel like this is a cautionary tale because I am reminded of all of the moments where Dame Dash was being ignorant, he was being brash, and he was being a bully, and he was talking down to people that worked regular jobs and talking about how he was his own boss. I'm reminded of that Breakfast Club interview, and I'm reminded at all of you folks on social media that tried to make it seem like he was kicking knowledge. Okay? Just because someone has money doesn't mean they're smart. Sometimes they're just lucky. And I think we underestimate the value of luck and becoming wealthy. All right. And he made it seem like, and he's not alone, there are other wealthy millionaires with generational wealth that makes it seem like us regular folks are just not doing enough. As if it was just him and his know-how and he made Jay-Z, right? He can't make another Jay-Z. Now he's sitting there with one tooth. And I just feel like it is, and this isn't to clown him at all, not at all, but this is just to say, not everybody who makes it to the top gives great advice, and all of our heroes are flawed. And and I think that's we'll address that, in the future, but I thought that would be a great place to start. What's up? Did you see Dame Dash and his tooth? And we only know about his tooth because his gold grill fell out of his mouth. So how can you wear a grill when you only have one tooth?
Shout out to his dentist. Whoever rigged it together, shout out to them. Even with gold grills, just the damage that they can do to your teeth if you're not taking care of your own teeth underneath, I mean, it's traumatizing. Like you have people who get them cemented and permanently put in, or they have their own teeth pulled out and implants put in. And I think this definitely goes hand in hand with tonight's conversation because what's the thing right now? Everybody's getting veneers. Everybody's getting veneer. People are willing to sacrifice healthy teeth for veneers to come out looking like Mr. Ed. No shots at whoever's doing it, but I mean, whatever happened to taking care of your own personal hygiene? Like this is a part of hopefully should be a part of your daily regimen where you're brushing your teeth and you're going to see the dentist. I know for me, I had, oh boy, about 2 years ago, I had that infamous, I don't know what it is with us, that infamous tooth on the side.
Yeah.
That tooth was gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be in front of the camera, I need to get my mouth taken care of, period. So
Listen, I no, I'm with you.
go ahead.
I'm totally with you. First of all, and we all know if you don't take care of your smile and you go to meet someone and the first thing they do is look at your smile, you're going to be self-conscious about that. So you can nip that in the bud just by having a daily regimen. You know what I mean? And, you know, if you are ashamed of your smile, or because I was this person, if you are simply afraid to go to the dentist, you might have insurance. You might be afraid to go to the dentist because you feel as if it's too far gone. And now you're stuck holding back your smile, holding back your grin, when in reality, the best thing you can do is go get that cleaning and have him look under the hood, so to
Yeah.
speak, so that you can get on the road to, light and bright. You know what I'm saying?
Smiling.
Like your boy, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But look, but listen, it has been a journey, and don't judge me. But I got my little shit missing too. Is it over here? I got something
Listen,
too.
the other
Listen,
side,
but
I
I
was
take
like,
care of it. It's been a journey, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you can always pick it back up and get it back right. You know what I'm saying? For
right.
sure.
Yeah. Especially if you got that good dental plan. Like,
Yeah, that's a fact.
they are willing to pull you in, especially the last couple of months of the year. They trying to get all of your deductible. What's
That's a
up,
fact.
God? God
God
King,
King
straight
Game
from
Changers. I
TikTok.
love that name. Salute.
Shout
Salute
out,
to you.
sir. Yeah, no, I mean, I can understand even when we talk about dental hygiene, trauma is typically associated with someone who neglects certain things about themselves. I know for me, I had a horrible experience when I was getting the root canal done, and the Novocaine, they didn't tell me that it would not be effective because the root was infected. So I could feel it all, and I was crying, and I told that dentist, "I can feel it and it hurts." And he was like, "What are you crying for? What are you crying for?" Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let's just stop, and Imma come back tomorrow. And I ain't never go back ever.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was just, that nervousness and anxiety developed from that experience that poured into adulthood. So what's one thing, if we are sitting here and we're being vulnerable, because I know we all have experienced it and I've talked about it before. What's one thing that you feel was traumatizing when it comes to body image um in your childhood that has come over into adulthood?
Mm. You know what? I can't say that there is anything. The only thing that I would say that contributed to how I feel about my current body image is growing up poor, inner city kind of poor. You don't have the knowledge, you don't have knowledge about nutrition and, and how to live a healthy lifestyle, right? So
Right.
I was the king of potato chips, honey buns. I used to love honey buns, and I still love honey
Which
buns. You know what I
ones? The
mean?
white icing ones?
The light ice, not the thick ones. They're
Okay.
not the
Yeah,
thick
that thick one.
icing. It had to be the light icing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
The honey buns, the now laters, the chips, everything. I used to love all
Mhm.
the snacks, and I used to eat the snacks multiple times a day, and I used to drink all of the sugary sodas and juices, and I
Yeah.
never drank water. So, I think that ultimately led to me having a sort of shame when it comes to my body. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because all of a sudden you look around and you don't have a model body. This is when you start to
Mhm.
realize that there's like supermodels and weightlifters and the girls that everybody chase. You know, the girls chase these fit guys, and I realized I'm not one of those guys, and so that causes body issues. You know what I mean? So, you know, it comes down to self-acceptance, really. You know, either
Yeah.
that or, you know, you have to you know, find something within that makes you want to go and change it. You know.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I could relate to that because for me growing up, I was super skinny. I was Now I got a reason why I was super skinny. My brothers used to take my food when my mom would leave me in the kitchen with them to eat, and they would all literally take my food and auction it off to each other. And so I was always just stuck there with nothing to eat. And ultimately, my mom used to have to bring me into her room in order for me to eat and actually have a meal. So
Mm,
I grew up skinny. Of course, I had a fast metabolism. And as I went into my adulthood and I had a child and I put on some weight, but in my head, it was like, I never want to be that skinny again, but I also don't want to be big. So it's like subconsciously having to be mindful of what it is that I eat, what it is that I put in my system, because it could do one of two things for me. It can work against me or it can work with me. Yeah, I
yeah.
was definitely olive oil. Um, and so it just I think seeing now as an adult, seeing all of the health issues that people have around me, it's like you have to do research. You have to make sure that you're eating healthy. You gotta work out. You can't just sit there and eat because your body might not burn it off. And the older you get, that metabolism is going to slow down, you know. So every now and then when I'm sitting around and I'm eating horribly and on Instagram and I see like a chick with a six pack, I'm like, I shouldn't be eating this honey bun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just throw it away. But
So
you know,
let me
it
ask
just
you. Let me
yeah.
ask you. When I say these names, I'm going to start off with some names. Okay.
Okay.
Um, First name that I'll throw out is Lizzo. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Next name, and I might date myself a little bit with this name, is Heavy D, the rapper.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes. Yep.
Okay. Biggie Smalls. Okay.
Yeah.
Another rapper.
Yeah.
Um, who else? What's another name of a large or less than perfect body type entertainer?
Well, the original when he first came out, Rick Ross, before he
Rick
lost the
Ross.
weight.
Now let's talk about what these people
Big pun.
mean to pop culture, right? When we see Lizzo acting up, you know, coming out, being
Hmm.
free as she wants to be, or when we hear, you know, Biggie Small say, what did he say? Dark as ever. What he said? Black as ever. I
Black as
can't even
ever.
remember the
However,
name, but you know,
I remember
he was
somewhat.
but he was embracing his flaws,
Yeah.
right? And that is why we celebrate these people. Part of it is we admire that they have the courage
Hmm.
to be proud of who they are, even though they're less than perfect. The Fat Boys did not even blow until they changed their name to the Fat Boys. The
Which is
Disco
crazy.
3, they couldn't, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody, all I feel like all fat entertainers and not this isn't just fat, this is just less than ideal body types.
Image.
Whenever they blow, when they get famous, they give us the courage to be who we are. And it
Mhm.
helps us identify with them, and it tells us that it's okay to be great and it's okay to be okay with us, with who we
Right.
are. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
It's
So
not
yeah.
even, the interesting thing is now that I'm thinking about it, it's not even just body image, it's appearance in general. Because now when you think about it, Flavor Flav, he had a whole show with a slither of women who were trying to win his love. Now I honestly feel there was more so the money and the the popularity, but you have people like him, you have people like Craig Mack, you have people like Seal. Seal had that thing going on with the side of his face and his skin. Um, but it didn't change who they were. They were still true to themselves. And so when you are able to be comfortable in your own skin, whether you're big, whether you're small, and you embrace self-awareness, and that confidence, that
Yeah.
speaks higher than anything. Coming
So
from
Bree,
a
what is
woman,
the opposite? What is the opposite of that, right? What does it look like when someone hasn't embraced who they are and they aren't
they need a
self-confident? What
lot
does
of
that look like?
reassurance. They don't know who they are. So because they don't know who they are, they're probably caught up trying to be everybody else. The
They're shy, probably.
They're shy, timid, passive, easy to be taken advantage of because you get someone who's not confident in their appearance, and you get a woman or you get a man who comes in and they just, cake them. Next thing you know, you're missing out on money, time, you're being used, you're an experiment. It's a lot of things, I think, when it comes to people who are not self-aware and don't have that confidence. And for some people in the dating world, because we're talking about dating, is for some people that's a turn off. That's
Yeah.
not something that they want to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
think so make it almost makes me wonder, where does the confidence come from? Um, does it come
mm,
with age? Do we get to a point where we're just like, you know what? I've been worrying about this my whole life. It is time to just free myself from these
mhm,
anxieties and these shameful thoughts that I'm having. Um,
right,
other times it's kind of maybe seeing someone that you identify with, like we said earlier. Maybe it's
mhm,
a pop star or something that has said something that triggered something in you. Um,
right,
but what I will say, and I think maybe this could just be to a message to anyone that really isn't confident and they are ashamed of themselves in some way, or they're ashamed of their bodies in some way. I think that you have two choices. You can either accept yourself fully and just go
mhm,
outside as who you are and be proud of who you are. That's really
yeah,
really important, because some things you can only give to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah,
And if you're gonna choose the path of staying who you are and being proud of who you are, then big thumbs up to you. And the other path is, do something about it. You probably got to put a little bit of effort into changing what it is. If it's, you feel like you have, you know, bad skin, or you might want
mhm,
to invest in a regimen, or if it's your teeth. I mean, whatever it is, if it's something that you are
right,
self-conscious about and you can change it, you might want to put a little effort behind it.
right, yeah. So let me ask you this: if a teenager came to you and asked you, what is it that they have to do in order to bulk up or in order to get the girls like you do, because that's just the image that
More or
young
less.
boys, when they see someone older, they assume if they come to you and they ask you for that information, what kind of advice could you give a teenager that you might not really give an adult? Because
I
the
would say
delivery
ask
here.
yourself who you want to be next year.
Mm,
Because it's really easy to get lost in the moment, and it's really
yeah,
easy to lose motivation, and it's really easy to forget that greatness is a process. It's going to take time. But as
slow and
long as you
steady.
sitting there, if a teenager came up to me and said he want to bulk up, I'm just going to tell him to imagine himself a year from now, strong, confident, attracting women instead of chasing them. You have to imagine it. You have to see it. You know what I mean? Before you can even be it. And because that vision is going to get you through your workouts. That vision, most people will work out one day, and when they start feeling sore, they don't go back. And I'm going to have
Right.
to tell this young person, listen, you in it for the long haul. If one muscle hurts, train another one. And that probably
Mm,
would be my advice. You got it,
gotcha.
because our self-image, who the person that we tell ourselves we are, it's so powerful. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's so
Hmm.
powerful. If you tell yourself you're not nothing, you're never gonna be nothing, then that's how
That's
it'll
what you're
play
gonna
out.
follow. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you can change the image that you have of yourself, I've probably been into working out for maybe 3 or 4 years now.
Mhm.
And what has happened is the image of myself has changed, right? Because I never want to go back to who I was before I started working out. I
Mhm.
have to reinforce the image of who I think I am by continuing these workouts. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, how does body image affect dating? Because we see it. If you look at the balloon pop dating, it's immediately off of physical. Soon as they
Yeah.
come around that corner, and I will say this, women are shallow, very shallow.
Yeah.
And just watching the YouTube videos, I have seen more men get their balloons popped just walking around the corner versus the men who are standing there waiting for the woman. They don't typically pop. They wait for the woman to say something and then they start popping. So,
Yeah.
how does the body image affect someone being able to date successfully, in your
Yeah. I
opinion?
think that your body image will allow you to accept less than your worth. Your body
Mhm.
image will tell you that you don't deserve certain things. If you are not okay with yourself, you're not going to be proactive in pursuing what you want. I mean,
Right.
especially in dating. I mean, you're likely going to settle for someone who treats you bad. You might settle for someone who isn't where you need them to be economically if you don't have a self esteem or self worth about yourself. Um, and you probably won't date if you don't have any self-worth or self-value. You probably won't date at all. You're probably not even putting in the effort to
Mhm.
to upload a pretty profile picture of yourself, because I sincerely believe that everybody is capable of taking a good picture. So if you
Yeah.
have gone through life and you feel as if you're not photogenic, just try a different angle. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
ways to get it right. Everybody has a good picture in them, or you need a better photographer, you know?
Listen, hello. Because I'm trying to figure out why is it out of, I say, 100%, 75% of the time on dating profiles, the guys always have a serious face. Like, they rarely smile. And why is that? Like, is it a missing tooth thing, or is it just a man smiling shows sensitivity? Or like, what is up with that?
Well, what
You
let's
smile a
really
lot, but
let's
do you
really
take
think about
smiling
it.
pictures?
Why not? Why do you think they don't smile?
I don't know. I think because they want to be taken seriously. They want to be. They want to come off as aggressive or super masculine, the protector.
And when you
I
think
don't.
about it, the root behind that is like fear, right? Like you think that if you smile, they won't take you serious, right?
Mhm.
Or maybe it could be a teeth issue. You know, it could be a bunch of different things. But the point of it is that he's holding on to an image of himself and he's trying to portray that to us.
Mhm.
And so maybe he's afraid to smile because he wants to reinforce, he wants us to think he is who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 I
But
guess. I guess so.
I'll wait because I know we're having some guests tonight. And so I have a question
Yeah. He
I
hasn't
really
come. He
can't
hasn't
wait
come
to
backstage
ask.
yet. So I want to know from the audience, what do you guys think? Okay, so God King says they believe women want a tough guy, maybe
That's
that's it
possible.
too.
That's
Yeah, like,
possible.
cause I done seen some guys with some pretty teeth, and they're just so serious. It's like, you don't show your when you don't show your teeth in any of your pictures, I feel like you're missing teeth. That's just automatically the assumption that I go to, or your
That's
your teeth
possible.
are jacked up. That's what I go to. Um, but I always wondered that. So for me, when it comes to dating and body image, um, like you said, I feel like people they're not as accepting of their own body as they are with portraying somebody else. And you see it in the way that the clothes that they choose to wear. Like, what's up with hey, don't judge me. But what's up with guys that are like 55, 60 still sagging their jeans? Like, I'm trying to figure out. I thought that that's something for the younger kids because they just don't know no better. But you're in your 50s, you're intentionally pulling your pants down. I don't understand it, but like I said, don't judge me. So, but the body image plays a significant role because I feel like it's tied to your confidence, especially when it comes to dating. And women love a confident man. So, if you're not taking care of the physical and you're not taking care of the emotional, it probably won't work. That's just my opinion though.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
just saying.
I totally agree.
So, you guys, we're gonna go ahead. You want to say something.
I was, but again, I was thinking about the comment, one of the questions in the comments: do they believe women want a tough guy?
Okay, hold that thought. Let's take the quick commercial break. When we come back, Dame is gonna get into responding to the comment that says maybe they believe women want a tough guy. So you guys hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already and sit still. We'll be back.
Mental ambition is a belief that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. It's holding yourself accountable for your mistakes, working through your traumas. It's never giving up and overcoming any roadblocks or obstacles in your way that prevent your growth and progress. This is a self-help book that deals with mental health, life coaching, and practical advice that anyone can follow to help with self-improvement, accompanied by real-life stories to motivate and inspire you. My name is James Sweat. I'm a certified life coach and author of Mental Ambition, a guide to upgrading your life. If you feel that you have no one in your corner, just know that I'm rooting for you to win, and I believe in you. God bless and keep going.
And we are back. You guys are tuned into the Don't Judge Me But podcast. I am your girl Sabrina, and of course, next to me,
It's your boy repping CT Dame in the building
rep-
with y'all today, this evening.
yes, shout outs to James Sweat. He is out there
Yes,
living
sir.
life. So, shout outs to you, sir. Hope you're having fun. Now, we went on a commercial break. Yes, DJ, what is up with the sagging at all? Like, come on. Come on. You intentionally are letting your pants fall. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking if they're sagging their pants at 50 and 60, they've been sagging their pants for 30 years plus, 30 years at least.
Yeah. You don't just develop that habit at that point in time.
Yeah, you have standards at that
Um,
point. You should.
right. Listen. Okay. So they believe women want a tough guy. Was the comment. Now he did also elaborate some more too about him seeing a woman who wasn't smiling. But do you want to go into what it is that you were gonna say?
No, I mean, well, I was just gonna
This
talk about.
guy.
I was actually gonna just talk about how external forces kind of force us to be who we really aren't sometimes. Like,
Mm,
sometimes guys that want to be tough, they really just want to laugh. Like, you know what I mean? They're just mad
yeah.
uptight about something in their life or something. You know what I mean? But
Right.
listen, like I think that a real tough guy has the courage to be exactly who he is in the moment. He has the courage to
Mhm.
laugh. He has the courage to check someone that needs to be checked. And he has the courage to pick him up off the ground after he's checked them and let him know that, he could do better.
Wait, I
You
just
know what I'm
I
talking
just caught
about?
on
Y'all
to
know
the
what I'm
whole
talking
checking
about.
them. They
Chin
chin
check,
checking them.
talk check.
I just caught on to what you was talking about. Okay, he said chin check. All right, that's funny. I seen this video. I seen a couple of videos like this, and it was a woman going around town and just telling black men, "Smile, King. You look handsome. Smile." And then they just brighten on
Right.
up. And it's just like the effect that a smile, like not only you smiling, but the energy that you're giving off when you're smiling, the effect it has on other people is so powerful. Like it's so lightning. Whatever you're going through, it kind of like wipes it away just for a split second, unless it's bills. If it's bills, you're like, ain't nothing to smile about. These lights about to get cut off.
Yeah.
It's not a smiling moment. So, okay, so God says, I came across a woman who didn't smile in any of her pics. It made me think she was mean. She wasn't necessarily mean, she was just a little cuckoo. Yes. So you see the perception. You see
I
the
like it.
perception.
I mean, how long did it take for you to realize she was cuckoo, for one? And,
Right.
two, do you think that she was not smiling because she missed the clues? Like, she couldn't hide her crazy. So, because she doesn't really smile in real life, she wasn't really trying to smile to fake it. You know what I mean?
Mm,
She was probably straight up mean. I mean, maybe
yeah.
not mean, but there's another word, stern, or what? Not playing no games.
Just straight serious. Listen, she was like, ain't nothing to smile about. So I went ahead and I put the link in the chat. If you guys want to come up and tell us about your experience when it comes to just the perception that body image gives off. And it can be, okay, so let's take it career wise, right? When you see someone who is dressed up in a suit, I'm talking about button down shirt, tie, the jacket, the pants, the hard bottoms. What impression does that give off to you? What's the first thing that you think of?
Mm, that's a good question. It's a great question. Personally, I feel like if I see someone in a suit, uh, I'm gonna imagine that they have like a serious disposition. They probably don't laugh much, ironically.
Mm.
I'm going to assume that they probably spend all their day inside of an office if they have a suit on. And yeah, I'm probably, depending. First of all, not a lot of people wear suits, even if they go into the office. So that kind of puts them in a special kind of category, meaning they might work in insurance, they might be lawyers, but they obviously deal with people and they have to look a certain way. And, suits are very different from business casual. So
Mhm.
I would kind of use the fact that they're wearing a suit to place them in a certain light. You know what I mean?
Right. So
How about you?
when you think about and it can be in movies, it can be on TV shows or in real life, when someone is getting ready to have to make a court appearance as the defendant, what's the thing that they tell them? You dress in a suit because a suit gives off the impression that you're professional. And if you're professional, then that gives the illusion as if you're also innocent because professionals typically got stuff to lose. So they're not going to be out here doing all of these heinous crimes. I think it wants to give off the impression of innocence, really. When I see someone in a suit and tie, I think, oh, they're about their business. Like they're
Mhm.
going to get it done. They're not for liabilities. Yeah, see, business mindset and about their business exactly.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Versus you see someone wearing sweatpants, sneakers, baseball cap, and a jersey or a t-shirt, they're comfortable.
Yeah,
You're not going
yeah,
to automatically assume that, oh, that person's actually an attorney. You're not going to think
right,
that.
right, right.
That's not the
And
illusion.
it's very well known that how we speak says a lot about us. And I think that we really need to put a lot of thought into how we dress and how we make our appearance for the world every day, right?
Yeah.
Because I know, like personally, I'm very conscious if I'm going to, let's say if I'm hosting a networking event, I might
Mhm.
wear the pink button up polo shirt with the
Mhm.
torse because I know
Mhm.
pink is inviting, pink
Yeah.
is it makes you feel like you can walk up to me and have a conversation. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But if I'm going to be in the hood, I don't want to convey that image, right? I
You
might
go
want to
ahead if you
wear
want to.
a white t-shirt. You know what I mean? I might want to wear some
Yeah.
sneakers. I might want to wear something because you're almost speaking a language. You're
Mm-hmm.
telling someone something about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you
Right.
kind of think about the vibe you want to give off when you dress. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So now, do you think that when it comes to gender and body image, there's a difference between the two? Like how
And how they dress.
society paints the picture? Yeah, and how they dress.
It's interesting. I think that the same rules apply. However, I think with women, listen, first of all, I think ladies are very powerful, and I think that they're born with a power, right?
Mhm.
And you can use the same way we use our fashion, ladies can use their fashion and they can kind of up it, right? Because femininity is a
Mhm.
superpower. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so, but yeah, it's very much the same, but I think it just hits a little different when women dress for the occasion, when they dress for the
Right.
moment, when they have on business attire versus when they have on workout gear. It just their fashion and how they present themselves, it hits harder than it does for guys. I swear it does, because
Yeah.
women are so versatile and how many styles they can, you know,
That
give
is
us.
true. So I feel like the differences between genders is women, the picture that society paints is that we must have clear skin, we must have long curly hair or bone straight hair, we must have the hourglass physique, and we must have the big butt and the perfect breast and the flat stomach. We have to go without anxiety. You shouldn't Anxiety should not be a part of your picture.
Yeah,
Depression should not be a part of your picture. You're supposed to be strong. That's the image that society paints for women. And so as a woman, to feel less than any of that stuff that I just listed, it's like, are you really a woman? It start questioning, are you really a woman? Because a woman, this is the A, B, and C's of it.
yeah.
And here we go. Here we go. Special 77. Women prefer men 6 feet. No, that's the other image right there. That
Hey,
women
Special
prefer men 6
77.
feet.
That's exactly why I tell them all I'm 6'2".
6'2".
I'm 6'2", y'all. Holla.
Oh my gosh, hit the DMs. When it comes to men, I feel like men struggle in the area where you're supposed to be muscular. You're not really supposed to have a stomach. You're supposed to be tall. You're supposed to be strong because you're supposed to be the provider. A provider can't be skinny, he can't be weak. So there's a lot of factors. They don't really care about, you guys having clear skin or, your hair. You just got to look well kept. But now think of the challenge that is new to society because up until a couple of years ago, we really weren't talking about it. What about the people who don't identify as a male or female? The pressure on them, you have to pick a side. What do you mean? You're non-binary. What does that mean? That doesn't exist. You don't want to be referred to as a male. You don't want to be referred to as a female. You have to pick one. When your body looks like a female or your body looks like a man, so you have to identify as a man.
Listen, listen, listen. My message to everybody that's in between. I don't know if you're transsexual, gay, if you're a female that dress like a guy, and vice versa, and all the way out to the other ends of the spectrum, to the other ends
Mhm,
of the spectrum, the heterosexual people. Yes, you too. The fully gay people, you too. Just express yourself. Accept yourself, because what we are
mhm,
talking about is external opinions and external pressures and how these things are making you feel about yourself. Because the
Mhm.
issue here is we aren't necessarily comfortable with ourselves, and we are always worried that someone is going to say something to us. They're going to feel a way about us. But the
Mhm.
problem with that is, however old you are in this moment, as you sit with us, you've wasted all those years being chained to, what someone might think. But what I
Mhm.
have learned is that no one is paying attention to us. They are not
Right.
looking at us. They don't care about your belly fat. They got their
Mhm.
own problems. And if they look at you, it's only a glancing look. It's not even a deep processing thought. You know what I
Yep.
mean? No one is thinking about you. So accept yourself. The problem, the root of it, is that we aren't accepting ourselves. Sometimes, fellas, you have a pot belly because genetically, the guys in your family
We
have
got pot
bellies.
bellies.
You understand? Just genetically, you weren't blessed to be a supermodel. So it's going to come down to you accepting that. All
Yep.
right? Accept that. Go outside, be who you are physically
Go to that
and
nude
mentally.
camp.
Be who you are. Like the sooner we get to a place where we can accept ourselves proudly and unapologetically, the sooner we can really live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and it's
You
not
know,
easy. I don't want to sit here and pretend that it's easy because it's an
no.
ongoing struggle that I've been going through, my whole life as well.
Right. It's definitely something that we all face. And for me, it's surprising that we still have adult bullies. We still have people who are in their big ages out here making fun of other people because of how they look. Your big ass age and you're worried about how somebody looks? Like, you're not worried about them coming into your household. You're not worried about them kind of taking your woman or taking your man. You're worried about how someone looks. And for me, it kind of gives me the impression that they're stuck in a certain point of their life where they were traumatized. And I
Yeah,
firmly
and you know
believe
how
that.
yeah, and you know how bad you must feel about yourself to use that to make yourself feel good. Sometimes people that are happy with themselves and they're happy with their life, they don't have to put anyone down. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's just those creeps that, at the bottom of the barrel that they have to say something. They have to try and pull you down to make themselves
Mhm.
feel better. And so, what we're kind of talking about this evening is making yourself immune to those types of tricks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you accept yourself, no one can pull you down. There isn't,
Right.
yeah, I do got a belly. Yeah, I already know. Or you're going to get this belly. There's ways that you can embrace your flaws and use them so that it's not even funny anymore because
Yeah.
it would only be funny if it hurt your feelings to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you embrace
Yes.
it, then they can't really use it anymore.
Right. That's so let's talk about the different ways to combat um even just body shaming, right? Um I feel like the first thing is just to acknowledge it, like, okay, like, now what? You've gotten it out of your system. What's next?
Oh, hey, you take your clothes off. You judging me. You take yours off.
Listen,
Because chances
right.
are, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
self-conscious
Yeah.
about stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but you know what else? You know what's so funny? I do want to get to the DJ James comment and the God King
Mhm.
game comment.
Yes.
But I just want to talk about this one time because there are some people they spend all their time posting pictures and videos on social media, right? because they got a smoking body, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you realize they're so insecure, but if you tell them, yeah, but you got a big head, that would totally blow their whole ego up. Like they can't even self-critique. They can't even accept criticism. But they will post all day so that you can give them compliments. But you better
Right.
not take that image away and let them know that they're imperfect. They just
Right.
can't accept it. They melt
Yeah.
under any
Yeah.
criticism.
Yeah.
It's so wild. And you know, it made me think about our phones, right?
Ooh.
And now our phones do like automatic touch-ups,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you know, there are these moments where we're actually caught off guard, and we might try to take a photo of something, and it's on us, and we are like repulsed at the image we see, right? Or
Right.
there's other times when we go to Facebook and we looked at our tagged photos, the photos that other people
Ooh.
have
People
tagged us
took
in,
pictures of you.
and they're less than flattering. They are less than perfect. They are not
Take
the
that
image that we
down.
want to present to the world. Here's a jewel for you. That is also you. You are imperfect, just like me.
Right.
You know what
Perfectly
I'm saying?
imperfect.
We are all imperfect. And you know, it's so funny because sometimes we actually think that that's us,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a touched up photo that we took 10 times
Yeah. For the best one.
for the best one. So, you know, I just think that life is finite. We're not really here to live forever. And so
Yeah.
the sooner we get out of our own way, the sooner we can enjoy life for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, we can't be too hard on ourselves.
No.
You know what I mean?
Listen.
Me and Bree
Gotta be
love you. And
free.
me, Bree, and James love you. Just like
Yes.
how you
We're
are. You
here.
understand what I'm saying? Y'all love us how we
Listen.
are or what, yo? Y'all
Listen.
fucking with us?
Big belly,
You know what I'm
smooth
saying?
foot,
We ain't
pigeon
tripping.
toe.
This is the
Listen,
Don't Judge Us
cockeyed.
podcast, you heard? This is the
Hello.
Don't Judge Us podcast. I don't care if you got a belly. Hey, if you got a belly and you cool with it, cool. If you
Listen.
want to do something about it, come on. I know a
Let's
spot.
go.
I know somewhere we could go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh boy, I tell you, I love the words of encouragement that you just gave them and just how you broke it down. It's reality. We live in false reality to the point where everything that we're looking for, everything that we desire, sometimes also has a filter. Like we want to be a millionaire, but we don't want to do the work. We don't want to wait for it. We don't want to put forth that hard earned time. We don't want to do that. We want to be rich overnight. Right now, I want to go viral. Right now. That's what I want. We want the body. Listen, I don't want to have to pay for it, but I don't want to work out either. So
Yeah.
what do? I know somebody down the street that got some fix-a-flat that can put it in my butt and make my butt bigger. I might die. You know, it's instant gratification, and I feel like the the further we get in time, the more enhanced it gets to the point where 10, 15 years from now, you can more than likely probably just click the button and it just erases all flaws that you have permanently to your physical body, your physical
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. I
Like,
get it. You
but
know,
the
there's a
thing
guy.
is,
Go ahead.
mhm, our imperfections, it's what makes us unique. This is what
Fact.
makes you you and me. The fact that there's not another person walking around that looks exactly like you.
Yes, right. That's a
Embrace
fact.
it.
And our flaws are what tie us together, right? None of us are perfect.
Yeah.
We all have them. We all are hiding them to different degrees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We gotta go through some of these comments because they're
No,
talking
DJ
about.
James, let's go.
Hey,
Because DJ
Mars.
James said a guy has told her that she has a guy's belly. Was that a gas tank?
This is no. This is what has been said to me. Guy's belly. is the gas tank for a sex machine, yet females are told bellies are gross. Yeah. Oh my God, stretch marks. Oh my gosh, cellulite. It's like you're not supposed to have any of that, but men love it. The love handles. Listen. All right, so God King says we want fairy tale relationships. We're gonna have to talk about that next week or something. These fairy tale relationships where I have an image of what the man for me is supposed to look like, how he's supposed to act, what he's supposed to come to the table with. And whoever you are that's designed to be for me, if you don't align with that, that's a problem. Those fairy tale relationships. So he says we want fairy tale relationships, but don't want the hard work, the hard days to get there. Microwave society. Yes.
Totally
James
agree.
loves that. Yes, microwave. Okay, so let's go back up because DJ James has said, if he is skinny, then I feel he might not eat a man's plate when I cook. Just like you said, God King says, and if you can't accept yourself, fellas, do something about it. That's it.
Yeah.
I call my belly the playground of love. I am
No,
done.
that's right. See how you own it? See how you
Yes.
own it? Now imagine what her reaction was. Ooh, yeah. Get over here. Bring that playground over here, right? Like when you
Yes.
own it, it's not a big deal. But if you like, ooh, I can't take
Let
my
it get
shirt
you
off.
down. Special 77 says they look good on the outside and toxic on the inside.
That's how it is.
That's a
Sometimes
dangerous combo right there.
I agree.
Very dangerous. Marv says, live life for you. Nobody's opinion really matters if you're happy with you.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yes.
Yo, 100%.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Yeah.
opinion of you matters at all. Not even a little bit.
Right. Because look, they going based off of what you put out there. They don't even know you. They only know what you feed them. You can be feeding them lies and they sitting here acting. Have you ever had that happen to you, Dame? People just swear they know you. I know you. And try to tell you about yourself.
Right. You don't know me, bro. You don't know me.
Listen.
You don't know me. You were not there for huge portions of my life. You don't know me.
And then especially with this industry, right? When we're in the entertainment field, and I was just thinking about doing a video on TikTok yesterday about this. If I said what people who know me wish, like if you, Dame, you know what I would say to someone. I can't say that in front of the camera because there's a certain image that we have to maintain here or sustain. That goes to show you people only know what you present to them. And sometimes trust and believe. Like, I remember there was this one dude on Instagram and he got on my nerves so bad. And this is when I first started doing podcasting. I said, hey, what's your phone number? Let me call you real quick. Because you don't need no paper trail. And I called and ripped him a new one. What? You ever got cussed out on the phone by somebody that you didn't even know?
Crazy.
Listen, I was like, let me tell you, let me holler at you real quick. This is society, people. It's gonna happen, whether you like it or not. So the only thing that you can do is make sure that you at least are in control of the happiness that you are experiencing.
Absolutely.
Not somebody
and you know
else.
What? You kind of have to cultivate your own happiness. You got to nurture it. You know what I mean? And this is why I always tell you guys, be good to yourself and treat yourself well. Society ain't going to do that for you. Ain't nobody going to give you these things. You have to give yourself these things. Like, you know, if you want to feel good about yourself, tell yourself stuff that's good about yourself. Tell yourself what you like about yourself. Acknowledge, look around the world and realize how it's normal to be imperfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And on top of that, you might inspire somebody by embracing yourself. And now look, now you got a team. Now you have a tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's team us.
That's
you know what I mean?
Team us.
You know
Listen, that's it. 2024, 2025, team us.
Yeah.
Perfectly imperfect.
Ain't about what they got to say.
Look, what J. Cole say? Let me see that crooked smile. Come on.
Fact.
Come on. Let's go, y'all. I remember before we log off, there was this song by BJ Chicago King. BJ Kid? She got something. BJ something.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I've heard of him.
And I think it was called Body or Imperfect, but it's not even online anymore. BJ the Chicago Kid. That's what it is. If I can find that video, I will post it along with this, but it was just talking about embracing your flaws, embracing, whatever you might feel is wrong with yourself, embrace it, because God made no mistakes when he created us, or the Most High, whomever it is that you worship. They made no mistake at all. Like, you were designed to look like this. And then, like everybody's saying, if you don't like it, do something about it.
That's a fact.
Do something.
That's a fact.
So, okay, let's go ahead and wrap this up. It was awesome. It was just us two today holding down the fort.
Hold it down,
you
man.
guys.
Shout out to our boy that we miss him. Huh?
Yes. Listen, in the chat, drop "We miss you, James" in the chat, so he know that you guys are thinking about him while he out there living the best life. And he's gonna come back and he's gonna see it later. All right, Dame. Well, you can go ahead and I'm gonna go first because I want you to sign us out. So, what's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Simply Bree, aka I keep hitting this printer, aka Sabrina. Thank you so much for rocking with us. We appreciate you all. Hopefully, you subscribe to the channel. Don't Judge Me But Podcast. I am excited to be here with you. I am working on some projects, but if you are trying to reach out to me, I can be found across all social media at Simply Bree. So if you spell it SIM as in Michael, PLEEBREE, you'll be able to find me across all social media. I am here every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have a podcast and you'd like for me to join you, then please reach out to me and let's do some business. All right, now we're going to let Dame, he's going to take us out. So, Dame, it's all on you, sir.
Hey, it is your boy, Dame Irv, a.k.a. Reppin' CT, a.k.a. Urban Buddha, and I appreciate you joining us today. Thank you for allowing us to be us. And with that said, on behalf of Bree and James, we want you to be you. We want you to be your authentic self this week. This week, we don't want you to hide any part of who you are. I don't want you to care about what they will say. I don't want you to care about what they will think. You're getting older, not younger. And at some point, you have to let go of those things. So that is the mission that I'm charging you with this week. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. For me, James, and Bree. And we are going to take care of ourselves for you so that we could come back and do this again. Right, Bree?
Yes. That is right. All right, y'all. We will catch you again next Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout outs to y'all for tuning in. And you enjoy your Sunday. Bye.
Yeah. There they are.
The dawn is good enough for them ducks, is good enough for the ship.
When you're in your phone, you're like this, smiling and stuff. Like,
yeah. Let me hold that.
Going on?
Let me hold that.
Or even just wanting access to your partner's phone. Like, why? Why do you want access?
You know why you want access.
You want to be heartbroken.
You want to go through them DMs to see who they talking to. That's why.
If my girl was a toe sucker, or if she wanted me to do it, I probably would, but there would be strict protocols before that toe went in my mouth. I mean, I would probably have to carry her to the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Because once the